Hello my dear friends, this is Ritu and welcome to my channel. Today I am making a dish which is a one pot meal, and this is something which is very delicious, which is very nutritious, which is always good to eat, especially after a binging weekend, or any day when you don't have much time to bring all the things together and have a hearty meal. Okay, another thing I just realized is that Khichdi has been recently declared by the government around the world as India's superfood and the queen of all foods. The government also plans to promote Khichdi around the world as a healthy, delicious and easy Indian superfood. It is superfood because it is full of all sort of nutritions. It is a powerhouse of carbohydrates, calcium, vitamins and several other antioxidants. It is considered to be a wholesome meal that is also very comforting. Finally, it is another meal which is very easy to bring together also. Today I am doing a sattvic khichdi recipe, and this is generally means without onion and garlic, though onion and garlic can also be added. I don't add to this particular recipe because we relish it without onion and garlic. So the first thing is, let me run you through the ingredients. So the first ingredient today of this recipe is the lentil, that's red lentils, the dhuli masoor dal. It's 1 cup. I have 1 cup of rice. This is a starchy rice which I like to use for khichdi. Then I have 2 tomatoes which I'll be chopping up later on. So after this I have some whole spices, some cardamom, peppercorns, half a teaspoon, some cinnamon sticks and some bay leaves. It's like I like to take 2 to 3 bay leaves and cut them into little large pieces. Then I have half a teaspoon of turmeric and half a teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili powder. For the tempering, I have cumin seeds and asafoetida, and to the tempering I'll be adding coriander powder. Then I have half a teaspoon of red chili powder. It is coriander powder is little more than 1 teaspoon. I have some ginger, salt to taste and coriander leaves. The first thing we do is take the proportion of the rice and the lentil. It's the same, but I am pointing it out because you can change the proportions a bit. It can be 1:2. Okay, so you can do that also. 1:1. This is 1:1. It's the sense 1 cup of one bowl of rice to 1 bowl of red lentils or any lentils which we are using. So the first step is going to be that I'm going to wash them and then I'm going to add them to the cooking pot. So I'm starting the recipe, and the first step is that I have around 6 cups of water over here in a this is a pressure pan, but I'm not going to pressure the food today, like not cook it with the pressure, but as an open pot. So I have the other lid to do the job. So the first thing we do is 6 cups of water, that is 1:2, that is 2 cups of rice and lentil and 6 cups of water, and I add the rice and lentil to it. Now at this stage only very few things are going to go into the recipe. The first is the turmeric and the red Kashmiri red chili powder, just the colorants, and then I have the whole spices. We don't add salt at this stage because this cooking over in an open pan, and then I keep cover it up. Also I keep an eye on it till it comes to a boil. So I have here my khichdi, which is simmering now on a very gentle heat. It came to a boil, then I lowered the flame, and this is 5 minutes on. Okay, so one thing I'm going to add at this stage is a teaspoon of ghee. I like to add a bit of ghee during my cooking. Even with the dals, I like to add a bit, so somewhere it gives it a very good flavor. Another thing I will mention is that we are not going to put the spoon into the pot at the moment. Eventually, when it comes to a certain stage, then only I'll stir it. Otherwise, it just simmers like that. Now what you can do is just leave it and let it cook for another maybe 7 to 10 minutes till it doesn't not only cooks through and it becomes mushy also. And that is the stage we have to bring it up to. Now khichdi is not only ideal for everybody, it is very ideal for food for kids, especially very small children and infants, babies 6 months onwards. It's because not only it's very easy to make, it is very easy and light and easy on the stomach also. It is a one pot meal, so cleanup also is not a very big issue. And this is something you really don't have to plan much ahead. All the ingredients are available. Just put everything together, let it simmer away, and then it is ready, and then you can do a light tempering. Finally, it is one of the staple food of Indians for endless years, I would say. So at least I have been saying it is something. Second thing, another thing I would like to mention here is that when I started cooking, I always thought rice and lentil together make khichdi. So I asked my grandmother, my dadi, that's my paternal grandmother, which khichdi would you like to eat one day? And she said, because in UP we have only selected lentils we use for khichdi. And she said, I don't know that you can make khichdi out of this lentil and that lentil also. I didn't know that, and that really put me in a surprise mode, because I thought anything which goes together like the lentil and rice go so well together, and they will, like, I think you can make khichdi with any lentil eventually. But it's taken me all these years to understand that all lentils are used for khichdi, and most of them, and every region has its own speciality of making this particular dish. So we have a lot of variety in khichdis also, and I will be exploring, because this is one of the one of the favorite food of my household, and we love to serve it. And I must mention it over here that khichdi has the charya, the 4 friends, and that is poppadums, pickles. For nowadays, for pickle we use chutneys. Then we have ghee, and the salad. That is mooli or the salad. Mooli was the radish. Traditionally, we would prefer mooli with the khichdis, but we go for salad also. All sorts of salads. So we continue with the recipe. The khichdi's come up. It's cooked a bit, and this is the stage I'm going to start stirring it a bit. It's been simmering for all this time, and I'm going to add the salt at this stage. So it cooks, keeps on cooking, and I leave it. So that's the easy part. Just let it be. No need to be bothered so much. Okay, now with the tempering, I'm starting the tempering here, because by the time my tempering cooks, the khichdi should be ready. So to a bit of oil, I'm adding a teaspoon and a little more of ghee. To this, the first thing I'll be adding is the cumin seeds and the asafoetida. And start your cooking on a slow flame, and when you're there standing next to the flame, it's the time you should go and increase the heat. Okay. After this, I add the ginger. Then on, I add the tomatoes. I like to have a little bit on the bigger size tomatoes for this. These are the 2 tomatoes, and I cut them in a little big chunks, not very small ones. And then now it cooks a bit, but not too much. So here's the tempering. The tomatoes have cooked a bit, but not too much. So to this I'm adding coriander powder and red chili powder. You can add garam masala also. I'm not adding. We are really not very fond of garam masala. Sometimes it's okay, but not everywhere. And even green chilies can go at this stage. So I just put the tempering the tadka into the khichdi, and to this I'm adding half the coriander leaves. And this with the tadka will be cooking for another 5 minutes. And now it is like almost at the lowest possible flame. This is the sort of mushiness we are looking for, but it still has another 3 to 4 minutes to cook through. So I cover it up, and so this is ready. And this is the texture we are looking for. Little runny and a lot mushy actually. So this is ready. You can pour it into, serve it into your bowls, plates, and enjoy it with a dollop of ghee. Also, you can add it to, add the 4 friends of khichdi as they are called. The poppadoms, the pickles or the chutneys, the salad, and the most important of all is ghee. So add a dollop of ghee to your plate, bowl, and enjoy it. Khichdi in a bowl with some ghee, and last but not the least is the garnish, a bit of coriander leaves, and enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed this recipe as much as I always like to make it. Bye for now and take care.